All right. Well, hang on. There we go. I'm actually upstairs. We had a little bit of a mishap with our laptop computer. It was apparently the iMac Air tends to do that. There's even a class action lawsuit of our screen cracked, so it's in for repairs right now. So I'm doing this from my upstairs bedroom because our computer downstairs doesn't have enough memory on it to be able to take it. So that's what happens when you're doing a lot of stuff online. So I want to say thanks to Danielle for playing that clip. I'm going to turn this on so maybe you can see me a little bit. There you go. But I want to talk to you, everybody, about a way that we can literally go out there and launch ourselves into this coming fall. And fall is the best time traditionally in this industry for us to go out there and be able to build a business in this relationship marketing era. And I'll just tell you, it's just always has been. Kids are going back to school. People are looking at the ways that they can go out and just really get their autumn going and so forth. So that's why this is just a perfect time for us to really be launching up and ramping up. I don't know if there's any spaces in there. Try it. But anyway, just wanted to just mention this real quickly that I'm going to share with you a PowerPoint. And while I'm doing that, I have Danielle brought up a light, so hopefully I get a little bit better lighting up here. But hang on one second. Let me go right to the sharing of the screen. All right. So first thing that I want to mention, let me just see if I can get this thing hooked in here real quickly. Bear with me, everybody. There we go. Okay. Now I'll see if I can clip this. Bit from light. There we go. Okay. So direction determines destination. That's Jim Rohn talking. Here's the thing, everybody. Are you mapping out your business? I'm going to tell you flat out, timing wise, we're in the best time that I've ever seen in any industry, seriously, that I've been in. Regarding being able to go out and take advantage of, not really take advantage, I don't like to use those words, but be able to really fill a need in society. And right now, what we have with this membership is something that is not only empowering people with education, but it's giving them access to gold and silver at a time when our dollar literally is falling apart. By the second, every single day, we're just read something more. The more they print, everybody, the less our dollar's worth. And it's all being done with intention. If you've read any of what's been going on, they're looking to take this to a digital currency. And if they do that, they're going to transition that over at a rate that none of us are going to be really thrilled with. And that's why it's important that we be proactive right now. And if you're building a business here, build it with intention, build it knowing that you really have a goal set for yourself, but also know that what you're doing has a greater purpose. The people that you're sharing this with, you're empowering. You're not, a lot of times, sometimes people are thinking, well, geez, I'm bugging a person, or I don't want to bother my friends and family. With this here, they need to know whether they do it or not. That's entirely up to them. I don't convince anybody to do it. I just try and get them to see it, because if they do that, then at least I know I did my part. I don't have to worry about guilt later on that I didn't tell them about something that could have benefited them when they're suffering. And so that's really my mindset, my mentality. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. In addition, this was a clip that is actually by Jack Canfield. Now, wouldn't let me put in the clip because I guess it's copyrighted, but I want you to hear it. It's from The Secret, and I want you to listen to the message behind it because it makes sense. He's talking about when you're driving a car and how you're going literally across country. But listen to the message that this says. I think it really is powerful.
Think of this. A car driving through the night, the headlights only go 100 to 200 feet forward. And you can make it all the way from California to New York driving through the dark because all you have to see is the next 200 feet. And that's how life tends to unfold before us. And if we just trust that the next 200 feet will unfold after that, the next 200 feet will unfold after that, your life will keep unfolding and it will eventually get you to the destination of whatever it is you truly want because you want it.
And that's exactly the same thing here, everybody. You know, we sometimes look so far ahead, like I want to get to gold or I want to get to silver or something like that. We got to look at incremental steps that will get us there. And that's what we want to talk about tonight is we want to give you all a tracking and really a camaraderie where we all work together towards a common goal.
Think of this.
Let me go on to the next slide here. There we go. This one right here. Here's the first thing that you're going to need to really kind of answer for not only us, but for yourself, because it's important for us to know, because we need to know how to mirror and match your efforts. We want to put in a lot of time on this, and we want to work with those people who at the same time are able to put in the time, or commitment, I should say. That's commitment's more important than time. But it's really up to you. We never want to push somebody at a pace that they don't want to go at. But at the same time, we don't want to not be there if someone really wants to run hard. So here's what I would suggest, everybody. Tell yourself, or look at this at yourself, and you don't have to answer now, although you can if you like to in the chat. I'd love to be able to see where everybody's at, where you are on a 0 to 10 scale of how fast that you'd like to get out and build your business, or share, which is in a sense building your business. Now, on the lower end of the scale, that would be the person who just basically you're sitting back, you're hoping that people are going to come to you. And, if they do, they knock on your door and they're asking about it. Hey, you'll sign them up. That's great. If that's what you're looking for, there's no problem with that. That's 100% okay. Every person's goal is going to be different. So if that's what your objective is, if that's the pace you want to go at, no problem. Just let us know so that we can be there for you for support when the timing is right for you. Now, if you're at the higher end of the scale, then you're looking at this and you want to get out of the gates running quickly. And if you're beyond your 90 days to get your silver bar, it doesn't matter. It still is the mindset that we're really kind of looking for here. How fast do you want to go out there and share this? How excited are you about being committed to building your business and your dream here? And again, we want to make this fun, everybody. This is not going to be stressful. This is going to be making it fun. That's the important thing, I think, is making something that sometimes people get anxiety about, making it a fun task to do, because then it's something that's much easier. So where are you on that 0 to 10 scale? Let the person know who got you started, or even put it in the chat, because we'd love to know. And I will tell everybody this, sometimes people are like, well, I want to work. I really want to work. And I will say this, the people who are reaching up to us are the ones that we're grabbing, because time-wise, we're just really kind of very busy and we want to help everybody, but it's those ones who are reaching up and saying, hey, what do I do? Or, hey, can you jump on this Zoom, or things like that. Those are the ones that they're in our conscious mind. So I encourage you, be the one to reach out. Don't feel like you're bothering people. If you're calling up regarding customer service questions, those can be answered at customer service. But if you're calling up regarding business building questions, or just different things that maybe you've got regarding people who've seen the information, or if you want us to jump on a Zoom, we're always available for that sort of thing. We want to help you. That's the most important thing everybody understands. So where are you on that 0 to 10 scale? And let everybody know who's in your support team so that they can mirror and match your efforts. And that way they know, hey, this is a person who's serious. I don't want to be able to put some time there, okay? Now, I will say this, everybody, and this is important. I'm saying this to everybody on here as a leader, because I look at each one of you as that way. Each one of you has your own desires, dreams, and goals. Again, at whatever pace you want to go, that's up to you. But I've always found that in our industry, when you can get someone started quickly, when they're first just getting their excitement's at its peak, that's really the best time for them to actually experience success as well. And I talked to Jason about this, because in each of the different companies that oftentimes I've been with, they have like a fast start incentive. You go out there and you get this done within a certain time period, and maybe you get a cash bonus or something like that. And I wasn't really looking for anything to do with cash bonuses, just something where we could recognize or somehow be able to reward those people who went out and maybe got off to a quick start. And Jason was telling me, and I'm very glad that he did, compliance-wise, the FTC tends to look at companies that offer these fast start incentives in a negative light. And so they don't want to do anything in that sense, so in terms of putting financial incentives out there. But we want to still help people get off to a fast start. And I think I have an idea that might be able to help, as long as we get everybody's buy-in and we focus on this, because what we focus on grows. But getting off to a fast start, the reason why it works, everybody, is that excitement is at its highest. When you first get started, your knowledge is at its lowest, but your excitement is at its peak. And believe it or not, this is not about transferring your knowledge to other people. It's about transferring your enthusiasm and excitement to others, so they're curious enough to want to take a look at what you've got. It's not the verbiage of what's coming out of your mouth. It's how excited are you, and are they willing to take a look at what's getting you excited like that? That's why when they're first getting started, that's the best time. They haven't talked to anybody. They haven't gone out there and blown it with anybody by talking too much. That's the second factor. When we first get started like that, and we get off initially, let's say you enrolled today, you don't know enough to go out there and talk too much about this. If people start asking you questions, a lot of times you'll be like, well, geez, I don't know. And I will tell you, some people think they need to sit home and learn everything first. You don't. Matter of fact, it's better that you don't. You'll learn it over time. You'll learn it as you're earning, but you have to remember, everybody, the key ultimately that we'd like to do is create a duplicating team, a team that can do what we're doing. So average people who don't have sales experience can go out there and still be able to introduce other members as well. And the way to do that is by us not being the message. If you're the message, this is what you'll get a lot of. Well, when did you become the silver and gold expert? Or how much money are you making? And let me know when you get rich. You'll hear all of that because that means it's about you. We need to get it off us. And when a person's first getting started, they don't know enough to be able to try and answer questions. So it actually works in their favor, believe it or not. Third, getting off to a fast start is going to create a great story. When someone goes out and literally they don't even know what they're doing yet, and yet they've been able to earn a $250 or $500 check, that's a powerful story. And we're not doing it for the story of, here's this person, you don't have to do anything or you don't have to know anything. We're doing it because we want average people to be able to see, hey, this is something I can do. I don't have to be the expert. This is something I can go out and do myself. And that's the biggest intimidation factor, everybody, is whether or not people feel they can do it. And so we want to get this focused on simplicity. We want them seeing something, hey, this is easy. Hey, this makes sense. I get it now. Oh, I can do that. I don't need a lot of time. I don't need to sit and study all this. Getting off to a quick start by just going out and using your excitement and ignorance on fire tends to generate, again, a lot of the duplication that you're looking for. And that kind of leads right into the last part, showing others that it can be done. So when you're getting off to a fast start like that, that's what it will do. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to get people off to a fast start? Well, let's take a look at this. Okay, go to my next slide. Okay, well, if it will go to the next slide. Okay, well, I've got this is what this one here. Oh, if I can stop this, there we go. The next slide, as you can tell, I want everybody to get the analogy here from this clip, okay? Because I want everybody to be thinking about, in a positive, fun, enlightened way, that we're going to run into the fall and we're going to explode our businesses because there's so many people looking for what we have. But look at the analogy in this clip, everybody, and just really take it to heart. So watch this. If I can get it to play. Little choppy, but you'll get the point.
That day, for no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run. So I ran to the end of the road, and when I got there, I thought maybe I'd run to the end of town.
President Carter, suffering from heat exhaustion, fell into the arms
And when I got there, I thought maybe I'd just run across Greenbow County. And I figured since I run this far, maybe I'd just run across the great state of Alabama. And that's what I did. I ran clear across Alabama. For no particular reason, I just kept on going. I ran clear to the ocean. And when I got there, I figured since I'd gone this far, I might as well turn around, just keep on going. When I got to another ocean, I figured since I'd gone this far, I might as well just turn back, keep right on going. When I got tired, I slept. When I got hungry, I ate. When I had to go, I went.
And so you just ran.
Yeah. I'd think a lot about Mama and Bubba, and Lieutenant Dane. But most of all, I thought about Jenny. I thought about her a lot.
For more than 2 years now, a man named Forrest Gump, a gardener from Greenbow, Alabama, stopping only to sleep, has been running across America. Charles Cooper brings us this report.
For the fourth time on his journey across America, Forrest Gump, the gardener from Greenbow, Alabama, is about to cross the Mississippi River again today.
I'll be damned.
Sir, where are you running?
Why are you running? Are you doing this for world peace?
Are you doing this for the homeless?
Are you running for women's rights?
Or for the environment?
Or for animals?
They just couldn't believe that somebody would do all that running for no particular reason.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running. I just felt like running.
It's you. I can't believe it's really you.
No. For some reason, what I was doing seemed to make sense to people.
I mean, it was like an alarm went off in my head, you know? I said, here's a guy that's got his act together. Here's somebody who's got it all figured out. Here's somebody who has the answer. I'll follow you anywhere, Mr. Gump.
So, I got company. And after that, I got more company. And then, even more people joined in. Somebody later told me it gave people hope. Nah. No, I don't know anything about that, but some of those people asked me if I could help them out.
Hey, man! Hey, listen, I was wondering if you might help me, huh? Listen, I'm in the bumper sticker business, and I've been trying to think up a good slogan, and since you have been such a big inspiration to the people around here, I thought you might be able to help me jump into... Whoa, man! You just ran through a big pile of dog shit!
It happens.
What, shit?
Sometimes. And some years later, I heard that fella did come up with a bumper sticker slogan, and he made a lot of money off of it. Another time, I was running along, somebody who had lost all his money in the T-shirt business, and he wanted to put my face on a T-shirt, but he couldn't draw that well, and he didn't have a camera.
Here, use this one. Nobody likes that color anyway.
Have a nice day. Well, some years later, I found out that that man did come up with an idea for a T-shirt. He made a lot of money off of it. Anyway, like I was saying, I had a lot of company. My mom always said, you got to put the past behind you before you can move on. And I think that's what my running was all about. I had run for 3 years, 2 months, 14 days, and 16 hours.
All right. Well, that's kind of a powerful message if you think about it, because, you know, a lot of times we're going along and we're just building our business, not really thinking about the people that just come along the way, but you're changing lives as you're doing it. And it's your effort that people are seeing. So that's motivating everybody. And I want to come back to my share screen here and come off that slide and come to our next thing that I want to roll out. So, and that's this right here, everybody. What we want to do, when we want to do this as a team, we're going to put up a page on our team training site at besttrainingtips.com. And it's going to be a 2x2 glove. And this is basically a way that we can recognize those people who get off to a quick start. And, you know, I'm even willing to have it kind of restart here for every single one of us, because we didn't have this out there before. Anybody who goes out and requalifies for this 2x2 club in the next 2 weeks, you know what, we'll put your name up there to recognize that because of the effort that you did just going out and doing it. Basically, what a 2x2 club is going out and in your first 2 weeks, helping that person to qualify for associate by getting one member on their left and one member on their right. Now, there's not going to be any financial incentive for this, but there will be recognition for it. And we want to absolutely give those people the recognition, the appropriate due for going out there and getting this done. Now, if we do this, everybody, and we promote this, and you get people who are running to get on that 2x2 club, just for the sake of being, you know, you put a challenge out to somebody, people say, you know what, I'm going to hit that. And this is not going to be something that a lot of people hit. It's just the way that it is, because people work at their own pace. Not everybody's looking to get out of the gates quickly, but those who are, those are going to be the ones who are going to be able to seriously, I mean, think about this, everybody. When people first start in this business, they're doing it first and foremost for the membership benefits. But the second reason why they share is they want to start creating an income for themselves. So let's get them out of the gates quickly. Let's get them into activity right away. And I think you'll find, again, if people don't hit it, no big deal. We'll keep, the biggest thing we're looking for is we really just want to see people putting forth the effort. And then we want to recognize those who go out there and get their 2x2. I think it's very, very strong if people are able to do that. And again, it's outstanding effort on their part, because that's the time when they're the least, they're the most nervous and then the least knowledgeable, but to be able to go out there and get that done. Now, the next thing I want to show everybody is this. This is something I talked to Yuri Melendez about when he was up here. And this is a chart that we're going to have that you can use. And I would highly recommend that you use this in your team so you can track them and track yourself to copper. Now, it always is going to start with getting the first two, getting yourself to associate. So this chart is going to show, just kind of unveil it slowly. Step one is you advance to associate. You introduce one member to your left and one member to your right. So basically, you're just going to fill in the gaps, put in the names. That's all you're doing. And these do not have to be done in any sort of chronological order. It can be any order that you get these steps done will help you get to copper. Now, after that, just introduce two more additional members, one left and one right. Again, it does not have to be in any particular order, okay? But you're looking to get two on the left, two on the right. And then you're going to help one of your personals on each side to introduce two new members themselves, to get simply one left and one right and get themselves promoted to associate. When you complete this, everybody, you've attained the rank of copper, and you now are eligible to earn up to $1,000 a week. And so if we give somebody this roadmap from day one when they're first starting, you know, people want to get to silver. They're like, oh, I want to get that silver bar in 90 days. A roadmap of silver is intimidating. If you're looking at that, there's a lot that you got to fill in and it's confusing and stuff like that. This is not, everybody. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 that you need personally, and then help one of those on each side get there too. All we're doing is just simply filling in the slots. Yuri was doing this with his new people down in Mexico, and he was giving them a copper tracking form from the get-go, showing them not just focus on just getting two, but those who want to share, help them to get their 4. And he's been literally helping people drive the copper very, very quickly down in Mexico, just simply using a tracking sheet, not necessarily drawn out like this, but just something that will literally help people understand where they are in the roadmap to where they want to go. Now, if you're already at copper, I would encourage you, go into your team and find out who wants to make a run at getting to copper themselves. Because if we become a copper producing factory, everybody, it's going to help you towards a big incentive that's going to be coming up here very shortly. And I'm going to give you a teaser of that here in a little bit. And it's not going to be as great because of the choppiness of the video, but you'll still, again, be able to get a little bit of the feeling behind it. So this is our run to copper. You will be eligible to earn up to $1,000 per week, and you only win by helping others win. We're going to, again, do some special recognition for this at besttrainingtips.com as well. So this is going to be a great way for us to help those people get advanced. And if you're helping people on your team, starting with yourself, get to copper. First, it starts with associate, then it's copper, then you help those on your team to get to copper. Now you're looking at bronze. Now you're looking at silver. Now you're looking at gold, and you're talking life-changing income. And that's what people need right now. They need that additional income to be able to deal with the high rising inflation and be able to also convert some of that fiat into some gold and silver so they've got more for down the road. So it just makes sense to do that. Now, this run to copper is going to be a lot of fun. Let me kind of give you some steps. The first thing is that make a big list. Rebuild your list. As a matter of fact, I would really kind of go back and put other people on your list that you've already talked to. Every time something new happens within our company, it gives you a new reason to go back to people. And the fall is a perfect time because people's schedules have lightened up a little bit, at least for the most part, from what we tended to see. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to over the summer that just say, oh, you know what, I'm dealing with the kids now. Wait till after the summer, things are going to lighten up a little bit. And that's the same way for so many people. So make your list. And I encourage you, don't just put 10 names on it. Keep adding to it. Psychologically, it's going to make a big difference. If you've got 100 names on there, again, these don't need to be people you're talking to on a regular basis. They're just people that maybe you'll reach out to at some point. But psychologically, put as many names down as you can. Now, our objective, everybody, and this is important, it's not to sign them up for a membership. Ideally, that's what we want them to do. But if we're thinking that from the get-go, they're going to be able to smell it they're going to smell commission breath on you when you go up, start talking to them. So instead of being the person who's trying to get them to close, let's get them in front of the information and take them through the process and get them to the table. If we get them to the table, everybody, doesn't mean physically necessarily, even though that would be the best thing, because then we control the environment a little bit. We just want to get them to the information. And if we can do it while we're there with them in the form of a Zoom or sitting down with them or a home party, that's the best, because this way, again, you control the distractions. And so let's get them to the table. Then let's show them the information. While you're watching the information with them, have them watch the information straight through. Don't stop for interruptions for questions. Just say, yep, write it down, get them to go through the process, because later we're going to bring on a three-way call if they have questions. The other thing I would encourage you, let them know it's okay to say no. I can't tell you how many people have agreed to sit down because I've said to them, listen, if this isn't for you, you can tell me that to my face and you're not going to hurt my feelings. It does not affect our relationship at all. Oh, okay, I'll tell you what I think. It's like, all right, great. That's what I'm looking for you to do anyway. But I want them to come in. I'm not really listening, and I want this to not be confusing. I'm not really caring necessarily what their opinion is. I'm wanting them to come because I know if they see it, they might see value in it for themselves. But if they're going to come out being critical of it, I'll thank them for their opinion, but I'll just send them on their way. I'm not going to sit and listen to all them telling me why it's not going to work or things like that. But I do give them permission to say no. That way they're not going through the entire presentation trying to think of an escape route. You know, a lot of times people are thinking, well, geez, I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings, so I'm just not going to show up. I know it seems a weird thing not to hurt their feelings, so you just don't show up and stand them up. But it's easier than you simply watching a presentation and then telling them no to their face. And that's why if you tell them, hey, listen, if this isn't for you, I'm okay with that. I just want you to see it. It's going to drop their defenses and it's going to get them to watch it with an open mind. The other thing I encourage everybody to do is set your goals. We asked you guys to write down the numbers. And I say guys, I don't mean that sexist toward any of the ladies, but it's just easier to say. So set your goals in terms of where you want to be and where you are on that 0 to 10 scale in terms of how fast you want to build. I think it's important, again, that you know and we know. And in this way, again, sometimes we can even use that to get you back on track. I've had people that kind of start drifting away, and then I come back and they've given me permission to coach them. And I'll say to them, I'll say, so-and-so, you know how you said that you got started with this because you wanted to help your family and spend more time with the kids? Yeah. Well, what's changed? Well, nothing's changed. And it brings them back to that why. That's why it's important to share what you're looking to do. And then track your progress and track your team on that copper train. This is, again, it's just simply the right ones will fill in those gaps, everybody. It's not about us twisting arms or trying to convince those who don't see it. It's about basically getting the seed planted in people's minds, because if they don't see it now, they will absolutely see it later. I promise you on that. It always happens. It always works that way. And so, again, I think it's so important that we focus on being the ones who are sowing the seeds, and we will reap what we sow later on. We have to nurture them. We have to follow up with them in a timely manner. We have to use that third-party system. We have to use those third-party tools and not be the message ourselves. But you will find good seed, and that will sprout into some incredible growth for you and your team. It's just simply numbers, everybody. It's inevitable that that will happen for you. Now, I know what's coming up soon, and I don't know when they're going to roll it out. I think it might be the beginning of the month, right after this next contest is done. But this is going to ramp us up for this next contest, everybody. And this is something that every single one of us can participate in, and every single one of us can do, even if we're not looking to share ourselves. And I'll tell you, it's going to be fun. Now, the video might not be that great a quality, again, because I'm not on my high-speed internet downstairs and plugged into the Ethernet, but I'll still play this either way. This is where we're going in February of 2023, and every single one of us are invited, and you can actually earn this trip. So check this out. This is pretty cool, everybody. This is one of the things that we can all strive for to do together. Family, friends, fun, just a really good time. So check this out. All right. So who's going there? I'll tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Everybody make sure that we get our reservations in. They're going to be asking for deposits in the next month or two. And so I know some people already put down deposits, and but I'll tell you, that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's all we had for tonight. I don't want to keep anybody too long. I know we have our corporate call coming up here in an hour and 20 minutes at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I want to say thanks to Danielle for starting this off for me. I was actually, I had to go out, and the dog had to go out at the most inconvenient time. So she played a video for us at the beginning, and that was an excellent video. Everybody, just stay focused on what you want and put together your list. Do what we talked about tonight. Let's go out and make this happen and get on that 2x2 club over the course of the next 2 weeks, okay? Everybody have a wonderful night. Thanks so much. Take care, everybody. And 10:30 a.m., we have our call to actions every Monday through Friday, so jump on there if you have time. Same Zoom. Bye-bye, everyone.